Well, welcome back to Soda City Live. If you noticed here, we have these beautiful orchids. We are going to be talking about the South Carolina Orchid Show in Sale is coming up now. It's returning for the first time in a very long time. And I have two gentlemen joining me today. Could you introduce yourself for us?
Sure. My name is Clay Owens, and I'm the event organizer.
And
Mark Mull, I'm the president of the South Carolina Orchid Society.
And I'm so glad to have you all on the show because this is the first time since COVID that you guys have brought this back. Now, unlike other organizations, you guys waited a little bit. Was there a reason?
Well, when you have COVID, everybody takes a little break.
Right.
And so we needed to have time to rebuild, get new plants, have everybody ready, and make sure it was a safe environment for such a large group of people to come together to enjoy the plants.
Now, one thing that I love the most is that you get to enjoy these flowers for free.
Yes, everything is free. The admission is free, the activities are free, parking is free, and we have all kinds of things at the show to make sure you know just how easy it is to take care of orchids in your home.
I love it. Well, for those that are not familiar with the Orchid Society here, could you give us some details?
Sure. Mark has a great history.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit organization and an affiliate of the American Orchid Society. We've been helping orchid growers for over 60 years through learning about culture, light, water, temperature, humidity, as well as we bring in a speaker every month. We meet the third Sunday of every month at the Greater Garden Council Club in Columbia here at 605 Park Circle by Maxie Gregg Park. In May, we'll have Stephen Frowney, who's the author of Orchids for Dummies. And in June, we take a break, and in July, we'll have one of the biggest orchid hybridizers in the country coming in, Fred Clark from Sunset Valley Orchids. And then, as you said, we're very excited. We participate in many shows throughout the region, and this weekend, we're bringing our show back.
I love it. I love it. Now, if anyone is interested in becoming a part of the Orchid Society, do you have to have a green thumb? Because I'm like me not.
No, orchids really are easy. Most people tend to kill them from overwatering versus underwatering. You can grow them in your home. You don't need a fancy greenhouse. They like to go outside in the summer, bring them in the winter. They're very, very great houseplants.
So they are user-friendly plants.
Yes.
They can be. So that's actually one of the big parts of our show. We have classes during the show, again, totally free. They'll be at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. And some of them are specifically called Orchids Are Easy, They're Just Misunderstood.
I love it.
And so we want to make sure that everybody understands that you can grow them at home. It doesn't take any more care than any other houseplant might. And we want to just make sure we take all the mystery out of it. They aren't as hard as you think.
I love it. And we're taking a look at some of the pictures from past year's shows. Absolutely beautiful. And as we're looking at those, I want us to come back on camera because I want to talk about the few that you brought here today.
Of course. So we have a variety of plants, and the great thing about this is we do have raffles at our show where you can buy a ticket for as little as $2 and you could win these plants. So these plants, which normally would be much more expensive, or some of them are very affordable, but some get quite high because they're great plants, you can do the raffle and pick up any of these. We have here, this is called a slipper orchid. It's a very easy way to take care of it. You can see the little pouch here. This one is called a pansy orchid or a Miltoniopsis because it looks like a pansy. I think most people are familiar with the Phalaenopsis or the moth orchid. You might see those in your grocery store. You might have them at home. Very easy to take care of. And the great thing is some of these plants, the blooms last for months at a time. So you can have one plant that goes on and on and on, and it takes care of in your home very easily.
I love it. Now we're going to talk a little bit about this event, and then I want to know how the two of you got into,
Certainly.
the orchid community. So this event is going to be where and when?
This event starts tomorrow at the Greater Garden Club Council of Columbia's building, which is at 1605 Park Circle at the corner of Blossom and Pickens Street in downtown Columbia. As we said, admission is free, and it will be open from 1 to 6 on Friday. It'll be open from 9 to 6 on Saturday, and then it's open from 11 to 4 on Sunday. So everything that we mentioned is going to be happening there. It is a judged show, so you're going to see the best of the best all in one location.
I love it. And how did you get into the orchid community?
Well, I'm going to give a great big plug to a secret of South Carolina. Carter and Holmes Greenhouses in Newberry, South Carolina is world renowned for orchids. And I grew up very near Carter and Holmes. And so as a kid, that's where I would visit. It was a wonderland of plants and what you always dream of having. So now as an adult, I said, you know what? I can try it. I'm going to do this step by step, baby step. And now I have a greenhouse full of plants and inside my home. And it really gives me a great sense of tranquility and joy. And it's fun to do. And you meet great people.
I love it. And Mark, tell me about your fascination.
Very similar. I moved to South Carolina, and on Making It Grow, they had a clip on Carter and Holmes. Went to Carter and Holmes, and many orchids later, I have become a grower of orchids.
I love it. Well, if anyone is interested in finding more information about the South Carolina Orchid Society, where can they go?
Very simple. You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our Instagram. It's South Carolina Orchid Society. Or, of course, our webpage at southcarolinaorchidsociety.org.
Perfect. Mark, Clay, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll have all these details and more on Soda City Live's website, sodacity.live.com, later on today. Stick with us. We have much more Soda City Live, and I can even smell our next interview. All right, stick with us. We'll be in the Soda City Live kitchen when we return.